Welcome back to Trojan Sports Now. Joining me now is head men's basketball coach and newly inducted Troy Sports Hall of Fame member Don Maestri. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Danielle, for having me.
Well, first off, let's talk a little bit about the Hall of Fame ceremony. Just tell us a little bit about that and how exciting it was being inducted into that first class.
Well, it's a humbling experience. I mean, when you get into coaching, that's the furthest thing from your mind. And if you last long enough, then you may have an opportunity to make one. But it was an exciting night. It was a great night. The support, every table was full, every seat sold out. We had a great first class. I mean, there was so many people who've done so much for the university. It's obviously something I'll never forget. But I think anybody that was there, and also they got to see the arena for the first time, they'll never forget that night. It was a great night.
You said it was a humbling experience, but what was it like when you found out that you were going to be a part of this first class?
You know, as a coach, it's just no individual thing. You don't get any award, really. We've been fortunate enough over the years to win the Coach of the Year award. It's always happened when you have a good team, you know. But the same coach the next year may not have a winning season, you know. So an award like that is a collective thing from the great players we've had over the years. David Felix, who is the co-coach of the team, really, he's been here all 30 years with me, and all the other assistants that have come along. They're all a piece of that award, and that's the fun part about it. Everybody shares in it and feels like they actually, you know, I used to look at the banners sometime. We'd win a conference championship, and I'd always say, at least I'm one string on that banner, you know. And I tell the players that. You can come back 20 years from now, you're a string on this banner, you know. And this award's the same way. It's great to be a part of it, but it really is a credit to so many, many people.
Now, you mentioned that the Hall of Fame ceremony was the first time many people were inside the new Trojan Arena, myself included, and just what a facility that is. It takes your breath away. I tell people all the time, I don't have enough adjectives to explain it. You have to see it. And when they leave, each one of them may have a different adjective to describe it. But I promise you this, everybody that I've ever taken in, I've been through it about 20 different times, and it still affects me the same way as it did the first time I went in. You have to leave saying, wow, what did I just see? It's that classy. It's just got all the bells and whistles. And there's so many fine points. Even in the concession stand area, we have flat screen TVs up on the wall. Just everything that you can imagine, state of the art, is in our arena. And quality over quantity, I heard that statement somewhere. But we don't have the biggest one, but I'll say it is as nice as any arena in the United States of America. Now, of course, there are tons of differences from Sartain to the new Trojan Arena, but myself being a student, this new arena kind of caters to the students a little bit as far as seating is concerned.
Well, we want the students to be more involved, and the best way for that to happen is to bring them down on the court. So there'll be one side where we want our students to come in. I think they'll fill every one of those seats for every home game. I mean, you get to actually be a part of the game. And that's a part of winning. You know, those student support really contributes to the success of the team. So the nights that we are fortunate enough to have the success, they're going to leave knowing that they were a big part of that victory. And it's fun. It's just fun to have a bunch of students together. They're right there. They can get on the other team. And, of course, we obey all sportsmanship rules. But it's just that you can really get to yell and scream at a basketball game and really be heard.
Now, how much of an impact has the new Trojan Arena already had on your basketball program? I know you guys are getting ready to move in there and get started with practice, but I know it's got to be a big recruiting tool as well.
Oh, it's a great recruiting tool. This is, you know, we'll be able to tell in the spring when the players that we are fortunate enough to sign. But we've already brought in a higher caliber of player than we ever have in the past. Everyone that's left is just like us. They say, wow. They come in with an image in their mind of what Troy, Alabama is all about, but they don't leave that way. This place really blows them away, along with the cafeteria and the campus and a lot of things that have changed over the years for the better. We have a beautiful place, but this arena is state of the art. And when you leave, they asked for the first time. We had 2 kids in a week ago. They wanted to go back a second day and see it again. So that shows you how impressive the arena is, and I think it'll have a major impact on our recruiting.
Right, that really says a lot. And the season is just around the corner, so let's move ahead into looking at what can people expect from the team this year. How are things looking? I know practice hasn't started yet, but you guys are fixing to move into that.
Well, we've got 3 seniors coming back. Emil Jones, who I think may have a chance to be an all-conference player, he started all last year for us. Justin Wright and Ray Chambers, both of them started off and on last year. The rest of the guys, it's going to be a new experience for all of them. But we have great chemistry in this basketball team. Guys that just get along. They have Bible study together, things that naturally, not driven by us. So to see them in those settings and the way they've just gelled this early, I think will help them be very competitive. And I look forward to seeing them play. Some of them are, basketball is a funny game. You have some people who can really shoot well, some rebound well. This little group seems to play the game of basketball well. So I'm looking forward to seeing them compete, and the opener will be here before we know it. So we'll see.
Well, that's right. Now the football team made history playing an SEC opponent in Veterans Memorial Stadium for the first time this season, that being Mississippi State. Well, the basketball team's got their chance against Mississippi State in the home opener as well.
Yeah. We're fortunate, and I'm glad they agreed to do that. SEC teams don't want to come to Troy, Alabama, I can tell you that. And we've never had one in basketball in all the years, 125 years. So to have them come in, I think they've really added to the interest on the schedule. They've added to the matter of fact being the first game ever in this arena, so it's a historical game. And I think we'll have an outstanding crowd. There's a lot of people wanting to see the arena, but they also want to see this game, and they also want to see us playing an SEC team. So it's got a lot of attractiveness.
Now, the home schedule, you've got a lot of home games on the schedule. You've got 15, the most since 2007, 2008. But just how important is that for this team, and then also having the fans to get behind them and support them?
Well, it's, anytime you play at home, it's a help. That's why you see all these big schools with 10 or 12 home games before they start their conference. They buy a lot of teams because they know the advantage of being playing at home. So the fact that we have UAB and Mississippi State, Georgia State, who's coming into the Sun Belt next year, Alabama State, these are games that I think our fans will really enjoy. It's a pretty high level caliber of talent that we're going to be playing against, very similar to the people that will be in our conference. So, it's an exciting schedule, but it's a challenging schedule.
Well, you mentioned the conference schedule. Talk a little bit about that and what you may be expecting from that. I mean, the Sun Belt, it's never an easy schedule.
Well, you've got 2 teams on our side. I say our side. We're playing everybody twice this year, but for all the past years, South Alabama and Middle Tennessee. Middle Tennessee had a great year last year. They lost one senior starter. And South Alabama has their whole starting 5 back. I would expect both of those teams to really be good in our conference this year. And then on the other side, North Texas, I don't know if anybody's ever been drafted in the top 5 in the NBA from the Sun Belt, but they have a player that is predicted to go 3rd in the NBA draft. So, and our fans will get to see him because we play everybody at home this year. So it's going to be a great conference. And all these guys are good. I mean, it's not like, you can't be in this league and not have a pretty good basketball program. So, but I think those 3 schools are probably right at the top, and the rest of the games will be very exciting.
Well, Coach, I'm certainly looking forward to getting in there to the new Trojan Arena, getting there to support the team, and best of luck this season. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Steph.
Trojan Sports Now.